So who here didn't love that pool of blood in the beginning? Especially with the moon being reflected on its surface. That was I mean, artistically, it's a nice touch from Kishimoto. You guys catch Obito walking through Kakashi to get to Rin. I thought that was pretty clever. And then, he tries to stroke her face, but his fingers go right through it. I actually think it would have been a lot sadder if he actually didn't touch her. Like, if he couldn't, because of the Kamui, he'd just be like, oh, like, she just keeps slipping through my fingers, and then realize that, from that day on, he's just going to be a shell. So, I mean, I would have written it that way, but, I mean, props to Kishimoto. I know a lot of people still think that Obito is a little bitch, but, that panel with him holding Rin's face, that's a really good panel. I mean, because it makes you feel bad for him in a way. I mean, you know that he's going to become this giant douchebag in the end, but it's like, okay, you can kind of begin to understand why he's that way. It doesn't justify his actions at all. So even though I didn't gain any respect for Obito, it does kind of make you feel like, damn, that sucks, bitch. So let's agree that sucks. Regardless of whether you like Obito or not, let's agree that must have sucked balls. What the hell happened to Toby's shell? I mean, I know there was a crack in the beginning of this chapter, but really, what happened? Because after that moment, we don't really get to see that personality anymore. I mean, I know that Obito eventually is going to adopt that, but what the hell happened to him? We also don't know why Kakashi stabbed Rin through the chest, but I'm not worried about that because, really, the only person that knows the reason is Kakashi, so I'm pretty sure we'll find the answer to that question once we go back to the present. But my favorite part of the chapter is when Zetsu mentions that, oh, Obito happened to leave Kakashi alive for whatever reason, and then Madara asks, did you feel regret for your teammate? Any type of, feelings there? And then Obito replies, no, I just didn't care. I didn't give a fuck. That, to me, I buy that. I totally buy that. And, because see, one of the worst things as a human being is to not care. Like, if you hate somebody, if you like somebody, you're demonstrating an emotion towards that person. But once you hit a level of numbness, it's just like, yeah, I just don't care. That's evil shit. Now, what happens after that is pretty much Obito bends down for Madara. I mean, he really takes it up the ass. He's like, hey, teach me how to create this dream world. Madara gets all happy. He's like, you don't have to thank me anymore. From now on, you are the savior, which is complete bullshit, because we all know the savior of the Naruto world is Tenten. A little bit weird, because Madara is explaining to Obito how the Moon Knight plan will eventually function, just at a larger scale. And it's so messed up, because Obito, I believe at this point, doesn't really want Rin, because through the Moon's Eye plan, he's not really going to get Rin. He might probably get an illusion of Rin, or a version of Rin, as he remembers her, but that's not Rin. So it's just like, what the hell? And this is actually kind of funny, in a plot hole no jutsu kind of way. So Toby and Zetsu sneak up on the orphans, and Obito notices that Nagato has the Rinnegan. And he's like, that's totally Madara's Rinnegan. Madara must have been able to give him the Rinnegan without him actually noticing. What the fuck? Okay, first of all, let's remember that Nagato activated his Rinnegan for the first time when he saw his parents get killed, right? So yeah, he went on a rampage. So my question is, if giving somebody the Rinnegan involves, taking somebody's eyes out and replacing those eyes with the Rinnegan, how the hell did Nagato's parents not notice a creepy old man performing eye surgery on their son? And how did Madara get to Nagato in the first place if he was so freaking old that he could barely move? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I guess you could say that I don't know, because it is Madara, maybe he did find another way to give him the Rinnegan without actually being there. So this is what happens. Kishimoto isn't clear when it comes to this type of stuff, and then, he leaves it up to the fans, and the fans start arguing, and then if you argue for him, you're a fantard, and if you argue against him, you're a hater. So that's fucked up. I think Kishimoto should really, a little bit more explanation. That's all I'm asking for. I have another question. So apparently the plan here is get Nagato on their side, on Obito's side. Get the tailed beasts, and then use Nagato's Rinnegan to revive Madara. Which is why Madara, when he stepped out of the coffin, he was like, oh, I guess that Nagato brat grew up. So that explains that. However, I could have sworn, that when Nagato revived everybody in the Leaf Village, he said something like, I think I still have enough time to revive the people that I killed. when I came in to invade. So he uses the outer path, and I find it really ironic that one of the people he revives is Kakashi. But anyway, and a lot of people questioned, like, well, why didn't he revive Jiraiya? And I always thought that the answer was, well, it's because too much time had already gone by. Nagato. I mean, there's a rule that says, I guess, an implied rule that says that in order to revive somebody, you need to do it like relatively quickly to their time of death. So, but here it's like, no, because Madara, he knew he was going to be dead for a while. Okay? He's been dead for a while. So the fact that Nagato was actually, I mean, the plan was for him to bring him back, even though years and years and years needed to pass. That's kind of weird to me. Plot hole no jutsu! Madara teaches Obito a variety of jutsu that can be taught within the jutsu learning world, and then gives him his black rod, no pun intended. Have we seen that black rod before? I mean, I don't remember it. But anyway, he also creates black zetsu. Now, to a lot of us, it's not really a surprise, because we kind of already... I mean, there were a lot of theories floating around about the fact that maybe zetsu was half Hashirama DNA, and then half Madara DNA. What I love about this is that you can actually say that zetsu, in a way, is Hashirama's and Madara's illegitimate baby. Because what is a baby, if not the combination of two epic people? Like I said, Madara dies, but before doing so, he actually, pretty much just lets Obito have his name. It kind of seems like the story is leaning towards the birth of Akatsuki, so that would be pretty cool to see. And then also, we might find out more about the relationship between Tobi and Nagato, and probably more recruitments of the Akatsuki. So that'd be pretty cool, because I miss those guys. I really do. We already seen Data's recruitment and Kizami's recruitment, but maybe we'll find out stuff that we didn't know that was going on, behind the scenes. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I want my Conan porno. Or a bath scene. That works too. I'm really looking forward to next week. Hopefully Kishimoto spends the appropriate time with those characters to let us know more. Because who does not love the Akatsuki, really? But anyway, I did an interview with the guys of Super Kami Guru 9000. I'll leave the link in the description so you can click that and watch it if you want. It's an hour, so I guess depending on what you have to do. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate everything you do. Thanks. See you later.